and salutations. How's everybody doing? So, in a couple weeks, or I think in a couple, I think next week we'll have the start of the new Doctor Who spinoff show, the war between land and sea.
The tides have drawn us together. We could make a difference, you and I.
So here's a question: what is the show? What can we expect from it? Because we know that the show deals with the return of the Sea Devils, and who were a race of aliens that had been they were say a race that was back in around the time of the Third Doctor, and yeah, they had they've had a bit of a massive redesign for this show.
Before it's too late.
I don't know why you chose me for any of this.
You have to stop!
Will you trust me, Barclay?
So, what is this show? What is this show going to be about? And what do you think we can be expecting? So, in the story, the Sea Devils emerge from the oceans and are being pushed to the limit by human-caused pollution. And then they initiate a war against humanity, targeting naval installation, shipping, and oil rigs. And honestly, that idea gives me, say some pause. But before I go into that, I do have a question for you. We are? For you. I have to say that, I can honestly say that this is going to be a politically charged show. In that, say, if it's going to be doing with, say, hey, a race, Doctor Who antagonist returning, and at the same time, going through and trying to, say, hey, humanity, what are you doing, and all that, and dealing with the idea of pollution and all that stuff, it's say, okay, there's going to be a perspective of say, hey, we need these specific topics, say, hey, oil, or shipping, or heck, even the idea of all the other specific things that the show was going to tackle. This isn't gonna be a show that is say multiple seasons. It's just a miniseries. So, they're going to. It's only gonna be consist of 5 episodes, and after I looked back at the trailer, say when I first discovered the show, it is fairly interesting. It's mostly because when we in the last season of Doctor Who, we kind of given this idea in that an episode in which we were introduced to the character of, I think it was Connor, and we showed say Kate Bridges, in which she is willing to go to those darker moments. So I'm feeling say the use of the program unit, I feel like there's going to be a darker element, since there will be, since that episode they show say, hey, what they were willing to do to hide perhaps things that they were not wanting the world to know about. If you want to know what show program when were they introduced? They were introduced during the Third Doctor, played by John Pertwee, in the serial The Sea Devils from the year 1972. I even talked about this specific episode in a video a year ago, I think, at this point, or maybe it was 2. it was a while back, I will say. Yeah, I honestly can see that this show is gonna have an element of like, say, hey, one character who is perhaps a soldier, he's going to like say slowly understand the perspective of the Sea Devils and what their whole idea, like what they are wanting to achieve, and slowly understanding it from their point of view. And at the same time, he's probably going to tell them, like, say, hey, yes, I understand you're trying to keep the Earth protected and all that. But at the same time, I'm having a bit of hope that this show could perhaps be pretty good. But yeah, are you interested in the show? Um, The War Between Land and Sea. It's coming out in a few days. Coming out in a few days. So, yep. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, and all that. Help it, go up in the algorithms, all that stuff. I'm gonna see you next time.